Hello there, my name is Anthony Barocas for Stream Tech. Today I've got a preview of YoloLive's own control surface, the YoloDeck. Now, the YoloDeck has obvious similarities to the Elgato Stream Deck. You would think it is a direct copy, a direct clone, but there are a few key differences. If I open this up, I've already had it open, so you can see first off, there's no cable connected to this. Now, it's kind of like the larger Stream Deck, which I have. I am a Stream Deck user, a Stream Deck fan. I use them a lot. And this one, you can see, is branded for YoloLive. It's also bigger than the small one, but smaller than the big one. So it's kind of in between. It's not a direct copy, it's not a direct clone. Also, another key difference is the small one has an integrated cable, whereas this one is USB-C. It also does come with a stand like the small one does, although I never use the stand because I don't understand why you would put something at an extreme angle to like bang at the keys forward. I see people, you know, who have it up on front of them and they're hitting the buttons like this. But if you have to look down and see what the button is, you could just as soon touch the surface of the YoloBox, which makes, you know, it's a touchscreen interface. This is great if you don't want to look at it, but you still want to be able to like use your fingers and hit those buttons like this. And that way you can find things by running your fingers across it, but you're not actually, you know, activating things on the touchscreen. That's where this control surface is really going to come into play. So this comes with its own cable. It is a separate USB 2 to USB-C. Clearly, this is just for the right angle connector here. But given that it's USB-C, I think if you needed to, you can do a longer or shorter cable and make this work right here. I also like that it comes off sideways as opposed to straight back. So this way it could be, I don't know, it just feels better than sticking straight out the back like that. So that's the way this works. And like I said, it comes with a stand. I'm not going to use the stand, so we're going to go like this. I have an Ultra at the ready to give this a try. Again, this is preview. This is not fully released. This is not fully, you know, finished software. I just want to make it clear. This is an early look at a beta test. I have loaded the beta software onto the Ultra to make this connect, and we're going to take a quick look at it now. So here you can see I've got the two set up side by side. It's going to plug into, with the included cable, USB-A on the top. So if you plan on using all four of your HDMIs and then have two converters, you're going to have to find another way. I have not tried it with the USB-C on the bottom. It may also work with a C-to-C cable, but we are going to plug it into the top right here. We're going to hit monitor mode here, and it's going to quickly load into the setup. We're going to need a couple cameras on this, so let's plug a couple inputs in here. All right, so I got local video. Let's trash that, done. And let's add a local video source because it's got 5 inputs across the top. So I want to have 5 inputs here. 2, 3, there we go. Let's load that one, done. All right, so now I've got 5 sources here and I've got 5 buttons here. So I can go 1, I'm already on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Works as advertised, does what it's supposed to do. However, if I go to input 3, this is not showing me input 3. So it looks like what's happening is this software is making a toggle in and of itself and telling you just tapped number 2 and passing the information off to the YoloBox software. But the YoloBox software does not yet have a return information to update the YoloDeck. And again, this is early beta. This is a preview. So everything here is subject to change. So I just want to make that clear. But I want to give people an early look at this thing because I am very excited about the ability to utilize this. So easily switching to anything that you want. There we go. And as I said, if you switch over here, it doesn't update. So there you go. It's on 1. Next, we've got go live and record. So if I hit record, it starts record. If I hit stop, it stops recording. I actually hope to never see the record and stream buttons on here personally. I mean, other people may like that, but personally, I would rather not accidentally hit that record stop button when I'm trying to go for a camera input, stop my record. And because these are touch buttons and may not be looking at them, I never know I stopped recording. That is a scary, scary thought. Same with stream. Also, if you note, if I hit record over here, I get this confirmation thing and I can say start. And if I accidentally hit it on the screen over here, are you sure you want to stop? Now, remember, when I hit record over here, it started recording without an alert. And when I hit stop, it stopped recording without asking me if I really wanted to do that. Again, I don't want to see these on here. And if they are on here, that alert should come up. Fade to black, me personally, you can get rid of fade to black because I don't think a live stream would need to fade to black. Fade to black existed in television days when you needed to fade it between commercials and a program. I don't need to fade to black in the middle of stuff. I'm just going to cut. Instant replay. I'm interested to see how instant replay works when they put it on here. Program max. Okay, so you can take the program and maximize it on the screen. Although if I have the screen in front of me, I could just hit this button right here. So I really don't think, although I guess that's more responsive than the on-screen button at this time till they fix whatever the issue is with the touchscreen. That I don't see a need for either because, like I said, if you got the screen in front of you, you could just hit that. Image overlay. Well, I've got no images set for image overlay. I guess I can create one. Let's do an image overlay with my logo. Done. Okay. Image overlay. There it is. Image overlay. Go away. All right, what if I have two of them? Let's bring it down here. Done. All right. So that's just image overlay number one. So if I have a bunch of graphics, what I would like to see is I'd like to see 1 through 5 for my video sources and 1 through 5 for my overlays. Me personally, because if I, doing graphics, I want to have those, lower third for 1, lower third for 2, lower third for 3, logo, and something else. That would be my top 5. And I can see people wanting more video inputs or more overlays, depending upon what they going on. And also remember, you've got your inputs over here. So you might just have inputs here and all your overlays over here. Flexibility. Countdown timer. I don't have a countdown timer, so I'm not going to get into that. But if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your overlays or your graphics, and you line them up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like your video inputs, then you could put your countdown timer as one of those overlays. I don't need a separate button for that one versus this one. That's just my thought. Scoreboard. All right, let's do scoreboard. There it is. It comes up. Except that's just a preview. It's not actually active yet until you hit the button, the check. Now it's active. Now it's on the screen. And if I hit scoreboard, it goes off. Okay, but so that's not actually making it active. What I think would really make the scoreboard better is if hitting the scoreboard button went to a separate screen just for scoreboard things, So, because the scoreboard has team 1, team 2 score, so you can like increase team 1, increase team 2, time, you can change the time, you can change the period, you could change the reset the goals or something like that, or on base, or whatever else. I can imagine a whole page of just scoreboard settings. So I'd like to see scoreboard jump to a whole scoreboard setting page, and then have this top corner say, all right, come back out of scoreboard, and now you can switch the rest of the stuff, because you can still switch your inputs here and then have your scoreboard settings at your fingertips. That'd be really cool. And then also have go to your scoreboard, change the score, and then bring it on, bring it off. Change the score, bring it on, bring it off. So on and off, or checking it on like that, and then clicking the button to make it go away. That's what I would like to see in terms of the scoreboard. Program audio. Let's go to the audio here and see what it's doing. Okay, program audio turns off your audio completely. Program on, program off. I can't really think of a time when I would want to, in the middle of a show, turn off my audio. So maybe they're just looking for things to put on the buttons for the beta test. Yeah, that's something I don't think we're going to need to see there at all. Audio follows video. So that's turning it on and off, on and off. I've played with this a bit. I can see this being useful. Like if you have a regular show and then you want to bring on a remote guest, all of a sudden you're going to want to turn on audio follows video so that when you have the guest on screen, their audio comes off. And then when you take them away, their audio goes away. So that makes sense. Audio follows video. And you want to toggle it on and then you want to toggle it off. But what thing this is going to need to do is that it doesn't is like if I go to input 3 and I say audio follows video. So here you see the audio is following video. Now let's just say my audio is coming in HDMI 1, this camera right here. And then I turn on audio follows video, I cut away, I bring in another guest, I do this thing, I come over here, I come back to this, and then I turn it off. I want it to automatically default to me, to the thing that it was before I turned it on, but it doesn't do that. So if I go back to me, my camera is still dead as a doornail because the audio is there. Oh, the audio would be coming in the other channel, and it would need to like, and when you turn it on, remember, okay, I came from HDMI 1, follow, and then when I turn off, I say, okay, where was I before I came in? I was on audio input 1. Let me go back to that. So I can see that being useful, but it would need to track where it came from on the way in so that it goes back to it and returns back to that setting when you turn it off. That's what I would say. So I think the YoloDeck is a cool idea. I think it's going to help a lot of people, especially with the scoreboards, switching inputs and doing overlays. I can see people wanting screens completely just for inputs, because if they have more screens of inputs as opposed to scrolling back and forth, being able to hit, what was this, 3 times 5, 15 different inputs just at your fingertips is great. I can see people wanting to set this thing to just titles and do your inputs over here. I can see that. And then I can see people wanting to do just scoreboard control completely. So adding more customizability to this, I think, is really going to open this up. Again, early preview, taking a quick look at this so that you can all see, what this looks like. It's on their website, but I wanted to get a video out there showing you that, here you go. This is how it works. It is switching between my inputs. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention is this is the first 5 inputs. But what if you want the video as number 1? Well, you just take your video and move it up to 1, and now there's your video. So whatever your first 5 inputs are is your 1 through 5. That makes sense. And it's super easy to figure out. It's super easy to remember. And then if they do the same thing with titles over here on the first 5 titles and put those 1 through 3, 4, 5, that works as well. And if they go with a dedicated page for inputs and or titles, the first 15 makes it super easy to figure out. So this has been my preview of the YoloDeck for YoloBox. My name is Anthony Barocas for Stream Tech. Thanks for watching.